Hello guys, it's me, Shokupan. Today I'm going to be doing a flip through, so we'll go ahead and get started with that. In the front I have a notes and list section where I put my sticky notes, and then to the right of that I have two envelopes. The bottom one I got at a 7-Eleven in Japan for Mother's Day, and then the top one I made as a template from the bottom one. Moving on, I have a 2019 kind of graphic that I have drawn. It's inspired by Imprint. I'll link her up in the cards. And I just served it in October to 2019. Next, I have a calendar from September till December, just finishing up the last couple of months inside of this page. So just had a calendar for that. And then on the left side, I use Amanda Rachel Lee. I'll link her as well up in the cards. But she had the idea to make a dot grid spacing page. And then I just have a little quote that says, hold on to what is good and let go of what is bad. That was really important to me during that. So I was thinking about what I was going to keep into my new bullet journal and getting rid of from my old bullet journal. Moving right along, I've got my October spread next. As you can see, during this time, I was still doing a full 2-page spread calendar. And I used the alternating washi tapes here. The stickers that I used at the top were packaging from washi tape that I bought while I was in Japan. This one on the left and right. I got them from a craft fair. They're made by a local artist in Tokyo. It has so many cute kinds of mushrooms on it. Mushrooms are my favorite. The most interesting thing that I did in October was I went camping with my friends, so I drew a little doodle on that weekend. I really like this spread a lot. It really speaks fall to me. It was really fun, and I was glad I got to use my washi tapes. Okay, moving on to November. During this time period, I was really busy. It was so hectic because I had the JLPT at the end of the month, and studying for that just really ate up all my time, so I didn't have time to properly plan out my design. So I just added random washi that I had lying around. This spread, I think, really reflects that. It's kind of random and all over the place. One interesting thing I did do in November was I went to the local fair with my friends, and that was really fun, so I was glad I got to draw a little doodle for that. Okay, and moving on to December. I was super lazy during this month, but the theme ended up looking really good despite that. I just used the Sumiko Gurashi that I found in a magazine, and I just cut out the pages and kind of glued them in with my Tombow adhesive. And I just used some blue washi, and I think it ended up looking really cute. I'm glad I saved those paper cutouts and brought them all the way back across the sea. And moving on, here I've just written my calendar for this semester for school. But I really like the cutout calligraphy and washi combination up at the top for spring 2019, so I kept that uncovered. I also use these adorable dog stickers where you can see their little buttholes. These are really funny. My friends all really enjoy these. And I hope you guys do too, because I really like them. They're funny. Okay, and moving on from that, here is my spread for January. Finally, we're into 2019. These branches that I have around the calligraphy are another one of my favorite washis that I got in Japan. It just has a bunch of little individual pieces on it. I think the tape is called Seasons. I wrote a quote up at the top right by Hidaidai, and it's a quote from the song Life is Beautiful, and it goes like, "いいことばかりじゃないけれど見渡せばほら life is beautiful." And that means like, life is not just good things, but if you look around, life is beautiful. And so next we have the weeklies for January. I did a Dutch door because I knew I wouldn't have a lot of planning to do, but I would want to write about what I did. So I just left space around to kind of write little journals about what I did that day. And I used the motif from the previous twigs, and I kind of just mirrored them in Sarasa pen as like little bold drawings to add a graphic element. For the sprigs, I just used this washi, and I separated them to make the little twigs. I also brought back the alternating washi for the different weeks, and that's where I recorded stuff that I did over my break. And then on the third week, school started back, and I just kind of used it to plan for that. On the right side, I wrote a little quote. It says, "Don't stress, do your best, forget the rest." I was stressing out a lot during this time, so I just wanted to remind myself to take it easy, everything's gonna be okay. And I just used little bits and bobs of that same washi to tie the theme in. At the bottom, I just drew this little cup with flowers growing out of it. All right, and moving on to February. I really stopped using my calendar around February. It was just not working for me anymore. I continued the washi clutter type of aesthetic again into February. I was really enjoying it during this time. On the upper left, I wrote, "Be kind to yourself and then let your kindness fill the world." And then I just put washi. So much washi. On the upper right, I put another song quote. The Steven Universe episode, "Change Your Mind," came out, and I put the song that comes at the end of that. "I don't need you to respect me, I respect me. I don't need you to love me, I love me." So I just kind of wrote that on a sticky note. One thing I did do that was pretty cool in February that I got to make a little tidbit for was I went to go see a band with my friends in Tallahassee. And then also I saw the moon through a telescope for the first time on the 7th, so that was pretty special. I drew a little moon. Here I have my work log that I do every month, but that's private information, so I covered it up. And on the bottom, since I decided that February was self-care month, I decided to just write out a bunch of things that I should do for self-care. And this page on the right is one of my favorite pages so far in my entire bullet journal. It's my mood tracker for February. It's an original drawing of a hydrangea, and all of the days are inside of the little hydrangea flowers. And I think this just came out stellar. I really love it, and I'm really proud of it. So I'm really satisfied with this one. And on this page, I did a spread called the Love 28 Challenge. It was started by YouTuber Caitlin's Corner. I'll link her up in the cards. And basically the goal was to write something down that you love about yourself for all 28 days of February. And so that's exactly what I did. And I just highlighted all the nice adjectives so I could easily see them later when I go back. And I was really glad that I completed this challenge because it kind of gave me a boost in self-confidence, and I think that's why I had such a good month during February. I really love this spread a lot. It's so cute. This little guy on the left I found on Tumblr, and it says, "I'm a good thing just the way I am," and I thought it was so cute. And me and my friends all put matching ones in our bullet journal because we just loved it so much. So that's what that is. And right here I was able to make a little journal about what we did in Tallahassee, so that was really good. And then I just continued my pink and green theme from the monthly all over the page. This one was kind of all over the place, but I really love the outcome. I love this so much. I was not feeling it at all until I posted this little shirakuma that I took from a Japanese magazine onto the page, and then I was just in love with it. He's doing his best down there. And then on the upper left corner for my quote, I wrote, "It's a learning experience." My friend Luca always says that whenever something goes wrong, so I wasn't feeling this page, so I just decided to put it down as a learning experience, but then it turned into one of my favorite ones, so just goes to show you. I think this one and the next are my least favorite just because the first two were so cute, and I really love them, so by comparison, this one is kind of meh. I wrote down at the bottom, "Whatever you choose to be a good one." Just kind of a reminder that I'm in charge of my own self. And the rest of it I just kind of filled in green. I don't know, it was pretty random. And then moving on to the last week in February. This one I divided in half, and I did the left side with the February theme and the right side with my March theme. And for my quote on this left side, I wrote, "Good things for me, good things for others," because I was just really feeling that positivity. And then I also wrote, "I like the it." Me and my friends just started saying that instead of "I like it." I don't really know why, but I think it's kind of fun to write down stuff like little inside jokes that you and your friends have so you can look back on it later and be like, "Heh." My theme for March was origami and paper airplanes. It was loosely inspired by B Bullet Journal on Instagram. I'll link her down in the description. But I think she was the first person to upload an origami theme for March, so credit to her. I kind of put my own twist on it by adding a paper airplane element. And then I just wrote next to it, "Not all stars belong to the sky." I thought that was pretty cute. I thought this turned out so cute, and I was really satisfied with February overall. Next, we're finally at the end. We're going to move into March. In this spread, I decided I would stop using the big 2-spread calendar and reduce it to just a 1-page calendar that's smaller. And then I just did a quote that said, "Please be patient with yourself. You're doing the best you can." I just thought it was important to remind myself that you're always doing your best, even if it's not the best ever in your life. It's your best for right now, and that's all that matters. The part that's behind this is the one that was really inspired by Bee Bullet Journal. I put my mood tracker underneath that. I chose an origami deer because it looked rather complex, and I thought I could get 31 pieces, which I ended up doing. And I thought that looked really nice, the way that it looks like different types of origami paper with the different patterns and colors. It was really cute. And then I just wrote a little quote to the left that says, "Feelings are only visitors, let them come and go," as a kind of mindfulness meditation type of reminder. Continuing on into March, I have my habits and playlist page. I don't know if they're my recommended songs for March, but that's just what I happen to be listening to during March. And then I continued with my habits on the left. I did a pretty good job of filling those in every day. And then on the right, I just have my gratitude log. As for the themed elements, I have 2 elephants holding hands, as it were. And then I have a rabbit throwing a paper airplane, and the elephants are trying to catch it. And on the bottom right, I have some chickens and a little baby chick. Moving on to the next page, I really like this spread. I uploaded it on my Instagram. My quote at the bottom is, "Birds sing songs, bees make hives, wonder exists to keep us alive." I thought that was really nice. And it's got little origami birds and bees on it, as well as a paper airplane, continuing the motif. This next spread is my absolute favorite so far. I really love it. It says, "Worry is a misuse of imagination." And it's got an origami whale flying in the sky, as well as several birds and the reoccurring paper airplane. I used a piece of scrapbooking paper that I really wasn't happy with the pattern that was on the front, so I just flipped it over and used the white side and colored in with my Copic marker and a Posca marker, and it looks really great. I really highly recommend that. There's no rules when it comes to bullet journal supplies. Just use whatever you have, and it really worked out well for me. I love the spread so much. The next spread that I have is a minimalist kind of theme. This was during my spring break, so I knew I didn't want to make a bunch of plans, but I did want to write a lot about what I did. And I just have a really simple paper airplane theme here. The paper airplane is kind of flying around the spread. And I just wrote in blue Pilot pen all the things that I did during that break. And the final spread for March, I already uploaded this as a plan with me. But it's just those same weekly boxes and the paper airplane and origami crane finally meeting, and they're in love. It's cute. And that was kind of the conclusion that I decided to go with for this theme. This next page is a throwback to March 3rd of last year. I went with my friends to a canyon that's nearby where we live, and it was just a really fun time, and I got reminded about it on Facebook, and it just made me want to look back on that and just really appreciate it and make a spread dedicated to it in my journal. I really loved this, and it was super fun to put together, and I want to do more spreads like this in the future. On the right, I just put a list of Hangul because I want to learn that this month. And then my favorite spread of all is my March memories, just because this is really precious to me. I just filled this in as the month progressed. Me and my friends went bowling. I made kimbap for the first time. We visited a mountain, and we visited Jackson Lake Island and saw a bunch of goats, and it was just a great time. And then on the bottom left, I went on a picnic with my friends. So it was just a really great month full of lovely memories, and I'm really looking forward to making this spread again for April for all the fun things that I did with my friends. I think it's really important to appreciate the good memories that you had and really just make sure you can remember them for a long time. I'm really satisfied with the way that things turned out this quarter, and I'm hoping that the next 3 will also be good. So here's hoping. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm looking forward to making more high quality content for you guys in the future. If you have any theme suggestions, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.